Hey guys, it's Helena with Glass Factory. I'm here again with Mark from Nothing More. And I've been finally listening to your new content, and it's been great so far.
I think we have another song dropping here at the end of this month, I think.
Okay.
Um,
Well, last time we chatted, you told me you guys were working on a new prop for stage.
Dan ended up kind of scrapping it halfway through and like just building it back better. Seeing, where he could have done things, made things more fortified, made things smarter. I mean, it's still larger than life and huge, and it will be awesome. And hopefully, it will be finished or in time for like January. Shiprock will happen, and I think we're gonna plan some other stuff around then.
I've definitely been looking forward to seeing it whenever it's ready.
I am excited for everyone to see it.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. It's like every first there was Drumtron, and it's like, man, damn, this is big. It's like it's taking up all the room, and then there's Scorpion Tail and the lift, and him telling us like what Drumtron's gonna do, and it's just like, what? You're
Yeah.
gonna do what? And then he's like, I'll never build anything bigger, and now this thing is like 3 times the size of Scorpion Tail, and
Wow.
yeah, that's what I can tell you. It's
Cool.
massive, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be cool.
So, going to the upcoming album, how did the album title come to you?
It was the first song finished, or really that like kind of came together right away for us on the record, and it was definitely a staple song and piece throughout the whole album that really
Yeah.
kind of stand on its own, and it is a good barometer almost for like what you can expect for a lot of the other songs as far as the depth goes, as far as the sort of progressive nature, and as far as how dense of a song it is in regards to instrumentation and things like that. So it really felt fitting for us to kind of like, what if we call it Spirits? And at the same time, Johnny had been working on all this artwork and developing the Spirits test and things like that.
Yeah.
And it totally works together hand in hand.
That's cool.
I'm really excited about all of it. I just love that it's like these symbols had been something that we created in the self-titled album, and now there's like more depth for every single one of them. I've been working on the graphic novel that's kind of goes into like even further, talking about these spirit types and these characters. And that's gonna unveil a lot more of this whole nothing more world that we've been creating.
Is there anything that you want to tease about it?
4 different chapters, each one kind of being about a specific character that goes through something that seems different, from all the other characters, but kind of like by chapter 4 it's like they start intertwining and you realize kind of we're all connected. You kind of realize and learn how to appreciate each other and learn how to, I guess, accept each other and kind of like really love one another in regards to loving somebody for exactly who they are.
According to the streaming platform, Spirits shows up as the last song on the title, and I know we've talked a little bit about how you guys pay attention to the order of songs. Is there a particular reason why that one is the last song on the album?
Forming the sequence of an album, you really have to think about, there's, to get business nerdy or whatever, you have to think about marketing, and it's like kind of captivating your listener and then letting them in, and having some strong songs, not too dense, right away, but you got to make sure the ride is enjoyable, and you
Yeah.
don't kind of have too many songs that like plateau things. And then you think about, the keys that these songs in and what keys work together, and just kind of like put them all in a session together, feel the end of one song going into another, and it's like, how does this feel? Does it work?
Well, moving on from Spirits, what do you think your favorite song was to write on the album, and why?
The song Best Times is going to be, I think a fan favorite for sure, and it'll be one of the singles. It's much more palatable. It's extremely gettable.
Hmm.
It's a positive song. It is kind of like a love song. It's really cool because we did get to go through, or go down some of these rabbit holes and get more progressive with things. So there's a lot of different soundscapes you'll kind of hear. I still do think it created amazing results, and I think I'm most proud of the song "Face It."
You can go back into the pandemic and all that. How did the songwriting process like get channeled into that whole part of being a part, and just talk a little bit about that process for me.
And so there is kind of this like magic that was really hard to feel, and it was obvious that it was missing for a lot of the songwriting, and especially when it came to lyric writing, because Johnny, Dan, and myself, we always take part together in a lot of this. You can really lose the tone via text and via even email. You know, you really have to be considerate and think of how you say things. Spend hours and hours on these guitars, or you know, even these lyrics or whatever, and then just like present it to the rest of the guys, and then, you know, within 30 seconds it's like somebody can on it and say this and say they don't get it, it doesn't make any sense, this or that. We had to get better at, and definitely something that we're very cognizant of moving ahead in the future, and to how to do things different.
Your previous albums talk about the challenges, and then this almost seems to be like a next chapter on like how to overcome those challenges, you know? The affirmations that I just heard throughout the songs that you guys have so far just seems a little bit different message-wise from your previous songs.
Easy to get caught up in any external problem or stress or whatever and let it take hold of you. And a lot of these songs are kind of like, you know what? At the end of the day, I am me. Like, and it sounds cheesy and everything, but it's like, this is all I have. I am in perpetual now, always.
I think it's Turn It Up, like, where you're just talking about stand in the fire, become what you are.
You know, fire refines things. And
right.
So it's like, see what you're going to become after you've been through this circumstance or situation.
Yeah.
And how that transforms you. Understanding of duality throughout the record of like these awful, stressful situations, and just kind of seeing what it does to you.
What are some new things that like arose in your writing and in your, as you developed your craft?
I definitely set out to get a couple 8-string songs on the record, and you know, those songs, putting yourself in an uncomfortable, different situation, or like starting place for a song, oftentimes yields a result you never think that could have existed. So in the same way, it's like purposely putting yourself outside of your comfort zone.
I won't take up any more of your time, but it was really nice talking with you again.
Yeah.
And we'll chat next time or whenever.
Sounds good. Killer.
Have a good one.
Thanks so much. You too.
Bye.